Okay, so there has been a lot of questions surrounding Trump's attempt at us unaliving. Okay, just remember the word right there, because some words you cannot say. If you say those words, it triggers AI and you sanction. So they have to send somebody to come and look at the video to see if the video meets norms and regulation, whatever. So you can't really speak openly as much as you would like. So people have been asking a lot of questions, because if you look at that video of Donald Trump, there are many questions. You usually have a lot of questions yourself. You need to understand, how come somebody got there with a rifle? Okay, how can somebody come to a rally with a rifle? And again, we all heard the story when somebody said, we saw someone, and I told the police I saw someone with a rifle, and the police was not interested.
We noticed a guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle. We could clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely. We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police were like, huh, what? Like they didn't know what was going on. We're like, hey, right here on the roof. We can see him from right here. We see him. He's crawling. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for, 2-3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
And yeah, you've got to ask questions. It's very easy to just say, okay, it's okay. Well, they're trying to take out the ex-president, or probably future president. And that's it. We took him out. I think this is very interesting. I mean, I ran through this video by mistake, but I think I need to share this with you. Let's go.
What really happened is they found some loner idiot. They convinced him to do this. They let him on the roof. They let him set up. They let him shoot at Trump. Once Trump ducked, they assumed the mission was complete. They then blew his brains out before he could talk. That's what happened.
They probably told him they wouldn't blow his brains out.
Of course, they told him he'd get away with it somehow, like they always do. Like they did to the Russian, your mates in Moscow.
Oh, bro, those guys, I still don't want to be those guys today.
They're getting tortured to this day. Yeah. They promised them they'd get them out. But they don't care about you because they just use you. And they're going to pretend, and they want to do the lone wolf bullshit. And they want it on video. They wanted Trump's head exploding open on video. That's what they wanted.
Wow, this is unbelievable. Did you think about that? Well, this is Andrew Tate and his brother, Tristan Tate, I believe. Have you ever heard of them before? Well, if you haven't, I suggest you, do some research about them. They were put in jail for quite some time because they've been speaking a lot. Okay, they talk a lot of things that's unconventional. And I know a lot of people don't like unconventional things because we grew up in a society where they want everybody to think the same. You have perhaps grown up in a society where everybody's Christian, and if you choose to be something different, everybody looks at you funny. Or maybe you've grown up in a society that's Muslim. When you see somebody that's not Muslim, it looks kind of strange for you. And this is valid for many things. It's valid for the way we see life. Whenever somebody comes out with ideas that don't fit the profile of the general public, is always perceived differently. These brothers have been saying a lot of things that are very, very, very disturbing. All right, Andrew Tate took a jab on the institutions because he doesn't believe that women should be doing jobs that are for men. He doesn't believe that women should do things that men do. As the society, especially the United States of America, trying to make everybody believe, women should stick to being women and men should stick to being men. This is what Andrew Tate believes. He thinks it's pathetic that they try to give certain jobs like Secret Service, secret security of a president of a republic, hire women to do that. He doesn't believe it should be that way. He believes that a secret service, somebody trained, strong, that should be protecting a president of a republic, such as America, should definitely be a male. Because why? Because men are physically strong. Men are physically sharper. In terms of battle, men are warriors. And in general, the average man will be stronger than the average woman. Listen to him.
They're doing this DEI shit, even to the president, which shows that America has been morally corrupted to the point where we want to pretend that women are just as good as men at the things men are supposed to do with no obligation to give children at all. I'd argue that these Secret Service agents have not had as many kids as they're supposed to. Trump's a G. They're not doing what they're good at, so they can attempt to do what they're bad at as good as the people who are good at it to prove some bullshit point to people who don't care.
Bro,
here's the most important point.
It's cosplaying.
Women are trying to prove to men they can do what men can do to men who don't care. We don't want to see you do what we can do. We don't want to see it. In fact, I can't think of anything less attractive than seeing you do what I can do. My life's been hard. I've been through a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, right? I went to jail with my brother and we sat in basically solitary confinement in a bathroom covered in cockroaches for 4 months and we didn't leave. I left with PTSD, I had some problems, I had some mental issues, etc. I don't want a girl who can get through that. No. I like girls who cry when they see a butterfly. And my girl will be like, wow, butterfly. And if the butterfly dies, she'll cry. Yeah. But I love butterflies. That's what I...
Interesting. We have not seen such girls in a long time. I know they are there somewhere. The women that cry when the butterfly dies, they go like, oh, my butterfly. I mean, it just feels like there's a transformation happening. People are getting harder. You know, people are getting stronger for unnecessary reasons. Like back in time, a woman would cry because things are heavy. It's not okay. And she was sort of, you know, you can see that. But today, it's sometimes you deal with it when you think it's another mate you're talking to. You know, you're like, whoa, yeah, let's continue.
If I met a bitch who just walked out of jail, the Matrix, I'm like,
unfazed. I'm like, this
imagine
bitch
shooting a bitch last bullet, and she stands there, unfazed. I'm like,
bitch crazy. Just stay away from me.
Or maybe give me a son just to conquer Earth. But besides that,
yeah, I don't want you. Yeah, I don't want that.
We don't want women to do these things. Who are they trying to prove it to? Who is this female Secret Service agent trying to prove it to? She proved to the world she can't do it. Great. Let's imagine she proved to the world she could do it. Who would be happy about that? I don't give a because a man.
You did your job. That's nice.
Oh, you did your job. Great. A man still would have done it better. Next. I don't get this. I don't understand the whole fascination with women trying to prove they can do things that we know they can't do anyway.
All right, are we still going to talk about this female Secret Service agent? Because this was not the point of today.
Yeah. We're talking about the Secret Service agents. Let's talk about that.
Well, I don't want anyone to accuse me of being a misogynist.
Again,
because I'm not.
It's always been the case. He's been accused of many things. But let's listen to it.
I'm just a realist. And when you're a realist, you identify certain patterns.
like shit.
Like women can't do shit. I mean, imagine being in the Secret Service and you can't even holster your gun.
Look at that. She's trying to holster the gun and she's struggling. Look. Secret Service of America.
You should be so drilled. Tristan, you and I probably train.
I can holster a gun.
We train firearms maybe twice a month.
And I can
we holster on point every time.
We holster, fire, and holster.
Your Secret Service.
Bumbling Shrek looking.
What's going on? Anyway, enough misogyny for today.
This is crazy, fellas. I think it's a very interesting perspective. He believes that somebody was put on the roof to have a gun and to take out the president, but they had a meeting before he did that. That's perhaps the reason why he was ignored by the police when somebody mentioned there was somebody on top of the roof.
We noticed a guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle.
A rifle.
We could clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely. We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey, man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police were like, huh, what? Like they didn't know what was going on. We're like, hey, right here on the roof. We can see him from right here. We see him. He's crawling. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for, 2-3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
How would Trump benefit? It would make the run more dramatic, wouldn't it? Like, oh, they're actually trying to take him out. If they're trying to take him out, it means they know how powerful he is, right? It's so much more drama, makes it more interesting. And the poor guy, like he said, he believed the poor guy had a chat with them. They had a discussion saying, listen, you just shoot. We're just going to come and take you to jail. They didn't tell him the part where they're going to blow his... They didn't tell him that. And unfortunately, things like this have happened before, even in the African continent. When somebody with this group of people went into a country, they were sent by the president to make it look like a coup. There were about 35 people trying to take power. What happened to them was like they arrested them and they unalived them. But in reality, they paid them the money, say, come, you're going to act like this is coup. The truth is, they deceived them. They paid with their lives. Now, Andrew Tate believed this is a case similar to that. Because if you watch the video again, when the Secret Service is on Donald Trump, he's saying, wait. I mean, the question is, many people are asking, if you get shot, okay, for the very first time, you've never been shot, you get shot and you can see blood, your own blood, you are unsure whether the bullet went through your head or somewhere dangerous, you could die. Would you have the time to say, wait for you to lift your fist? Or would you be rushing to go to the hospital and do this later? Like, you don't know, there's blood in your face and something has just happened. Would you say, wait? Or would you say, let's go? I don't know, you let me know how you feel about this. God bless.